Welcome back to Vanguard Motor Sales. I'm Greg, and this is an 87 T-Bird Turbo Coupe. This baby's only got 5,600 miles on it, and it is drop dead gorgeous. It's a 5-speed, and it is ready to go, guys. Turbocharged. This thing is sweet. You want to talk about well cared for throughout the years, indoor stored. Man, this thing was just pampered since 1987. Slick as can be. She is beautiful. I tell you what, Ford knocked it out of the park with these cars. Now, one of my buddies out in New York had one of these, and we had a blast in it. I tell you what, we took this thing up probably fast as I'd ever been at that time, flying down the expressway. Look at this interior. She is gorgeous. Back seat, I doubt, was ever even set in. Headliner looks good, dome lights working, dash looks good. You can see that mileage. I think it says 5634 in there. She is beautiful. Talk about pampered. This baby definitely lived indoors. You can see the paint's beautiful. The paint on the plastic bumper's still beautiful. Someone took good care of this. Look at that. It's even got a Ford car cover in there. She's beautiful. I don't think anything was ever in the trunk. You can see, look at this, these paper tags here. These are part numbers. Got one on each side. You can tell this thing never lived outdoors. Look down the side of it. No door dings, no scratches, no dents. The car is amazing. Now at Vanguard Motor Sales, we don't do any consignment whatsoever. We own all of our cars. Right now, we've got about 230 cars in stock, and we're bringing in between 40 and 50 new units every month. And I'm in charge of picking out all those cars. Now, I've got about 35 years of experience in the business, and I'm going to put those 35 years to work for you to help you pick out your dream car. All right, let's take the Turbo Coupe for a ride. 5,640 miles on the Thunderbird Turbo Coupe. One of my good buddies, Rob White, had one of these when we were kids. Bought it brand new. If you're watching me, Rob, I know yours was an automatic, but I think yours was exactly like this, except it being an automatic. I think you need another one. Give me a call. So if you didn't hear me, Rob, anybody else, give Tom a call. We'll park his dream in your driveway. If you need help with financing, Tom will help you out with financing too. We got about 3 bankers. Tom will take care of all the paperwork for you. You don't have to do a thing. Look down here on the dash. Right there, it says 5641. You better hurry up. I'm gonna put some miles on this sucker. This thing is sweet, guys. It's got the stock radio in it. Everything's stock on it. It's a 5-speed. Going through the gears feels good. Driving feels good. Brakes feel good. Steering feels great. It's a blast to drive. You can feel the turbo kick in. And we're about to do something nobody else in the industry does. We're gonna get this thing up on the lift so you can check out the underside. We're gonna check out that turbocharger under the hood. We're gonna show you everything you need to see. And we would love to have you come in and check it out in person, even though we do sell about 95% of our stuff sight unseen. Please come on in and check it out in person. We'd love to have you come in. We're right here at 15100 Keel Street, Plymouth, Michigan. So stick with us. We're going to get it up in the air for you right now and show it to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the underside of the 87 Thunderbird. We do have it up on the hoist. A couple cool things that I want to point out before we start moving forward with it is this thing even still has all of its little VIN stickers on here, like how they used to put on from the factory back in the day. This is really cool, and it's good evidence that this car hasn't ever had its paint, its paintwork touched, which is really cool. So moving forward to that, you can see here we do have looks like a fresh exhaust on the car, but that's just about one of the only things that has been changed on here. We got our gas tank plastic cover. Under here is our original gas tank. This here is a Ford 88. The ratio that's in this Ford 88 is a 355 to 1. It is a limited slip, which is really cool for this. That's just what these were. And then we get disc brakes on either end of it, and those are the original calipers, the original discs. Looks probably the original pads given the mileage of the car. Very cool. Moving forward of all of that, you can see that this car has been to Z-bar at some point in its life. And I mean, cars when they sit, a lot of the time the moisture will collect, and that actually has saved this car from any of that surface rust that you like to see, or you happen to see in a lot of these. So that's all very cool. Just a good, honest car. Looks like a new set of mufflers on here. As I had mentioned before, the exhaust is a recent addition to the car. All of our isolator pads and whatnot, it's all still here. Low mileage car, no big surprise. Coil springs in the back. This is like a 4-link on this thing, which is also really cool. All the bushings look like they're in good shape. Brake lines are all factory brake lines. No monkey business going on with that. Exhaust continuing to look good. Now it looks to me here where this is where the recent edition exhaust stops and the original exhaust continues forward here. So this looks to be the original cat. Looks like the original, these pipes here were made out of a little bit different material, so they have the tendency to last longer. Outside of that, the floor pans on this thing, absolutely beautiful. I mean, like I said, it's not overdone, it's an honest car. This is exactly just what it was. Over here, same thing, all the factory fuel lines and whatnot, all still there. Transmission cross member, doesn't look like it's ever hit anything, no big surprise, like I said, no miles on this car. What's attached to it here is a Tremec T5, or a Borg-Warner T5, excuse me, one or the other, same thing. But it would be the original transmission for this car. Bell housing looks good, looks like the original starter. Now this does have a, looks to me to be a hydraulic clutch on this, which is really cool. And that's just what it came with. Underside of our 2.3 Turbo Coupe motor here, and we're going to get to that in just a second. We do have a power rack and pinion steering on this, just what it would be. Like I said, honest car. And something else I'm going to point out here is look at it's got all the tags on even the springs, the tie rod ends here, even like the dust shield here. You even see like it's got the little foam spacer in there, the little foam gasket. You don't see that stuff on these things. So very cool. I mean, even like the sway bar ends, all these bushings look to be original to the car, which is really cool. It even has the little Z-bar overspray on it. Even look it up here. You even can see the tag on the engine still, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that you just don't see. Motorcraft belt still with the E7 part number. It's like, you got to be kidding me. You don't often see things this nice. Moving forward of all of that, you can even see up here, still got its little VIN tag on the front bumper plastic here. So overall, very cool. Kind of a time capsule if I've ever seen one. We're gonna come around to the side here. Now, this is the original rim for the car. It has actually the original tire too, which is kind of amazing. Now, it being the original tire, it is a 1987 tire on it. The DOT number, if I'm not mistaken, does tell you that it's an 87. So it is a little bit, starting to dry rot. If you were just going to have this car sit in your collection, these are perfectly fine and they're very cool to have. If you do plan on driving this car quite a bit, I would probably recommend putting a little bit more modern set of tires on it, a little bit newer. The size form is 255/60 R16, which means this is a 16-inch rim. Moving to the back. Have the same thing back here, 225/60 VR16. Same good looking rim back here. You can see rim, even the clear coat on the aluminum is really nice. I mean, it doesn't look like the hubcap's ever been messed with. I mean, overall very nice, and I have driven this car and it drives absolutely phenomenal. That all being said, let's take a look at the 4-cylinder under the hood. All right guys, this is where the magic happens right here. Now this is really cool because, I mean, once again, me being a kind of a nostalgic OBD1, and it's still got all the plugs there, which is really interesting. Another thing that's really 80s about this too is the braking system on this. This is that electronic pump, like power brakes on this thing, which is really cool to see. There's your reservoir right there for your hydraulic clutch. And this would be the original 2.3 for this car. Now the turbocharger is hidden up over here. Now this thing has actually got, I think 190 horsepower was what the rating for the manual transmissions was on this, and 240 foot-pounds of torque, which out of this little 2.3 is actually pretty impressive. And it does run really well. When it comes up on boost, it it actually starts to motivate pretty well. Another cool thing about these turbo coupes is they have these programmed ride control things here. So there's actually a switch inside the car you can flip, and it does work on this car. I probably put 20 miles on this car, 25 miles on this car, and I was enjoying every second of it. But that programmed ride control actually does work, and it actually stiffens the suspension up. You can actually feel it working while you're driving the car, which is really cool. Now the car, of course, does have AC. It looks to me like it has been converted over. I believe that's a conversion fitting right there. Like I said, the belts all look to be original. Looks like the original alternator on the thing. It will receive an oil change. Actually, it has already received an oil change here at Vanguard, so you don't have to worry about that. Looks like it does have a little bit different battery than the stock one in it, but it's a good battery. You don't even see the you've got your original stickers and whatnot on this thing. I mean, it is really a time capsule. Even the under hood light is working. You can even see here that like your the insulation for the underside of the hood looks like it's in great shape. It's not all deteriorating and whatnot like you have the tendency to see. The intercooler boot, I guess you would call it. That's all in good shape on this thing. Very, very, very nice. Just like I said, it's a time capsule, and I've driven this car quite a bit. So I mean, I can't say enough positive things about it. That all being said, if you'd like a opportunity to come and drive this thing, I mean, it's got 5,600, little over 5,600 miles on it. And like I said, I put 30 of that on it, or 25 of that on it, and it was absolutely fantastic. One other thing before I finish up, I also want to point out, I can't say this enough, it's got the original little VIN stickers on the insides of the fenders, which is really, really cool over there as well. I mean, this is just the way they would have come back in 1987, guys. So if you'd like an opportunity to come in and drive it, come in and take a good hard look at it, we'll put it up on the hoist for you. We'll take you for a cruise in it. If you're really serious, we'll even let you drive the thing. But that all being said, give Tom a call at the number below and let Vanguard Motor Sales park this turbo coupe in your driveway.